last season, after having a pretty bad basketball year, the Wisconsin Badgers are having a bounce back season, off to a 6-1 start on the shoulders of redshirt senior Ethan Happ. They missed the NCAA tournament for the first time in a very long time last year, and they're doing really well this year. Starting off really well. They got a huge win, 85-63 win over Coppin State. They beat Xavier at Xavier, 77-68. They killed Houston Baptist, 96-59. They destroyed Stanford, 62-46. Killed Oklahoma, 78-58. Gave number 4 Virginia a hard time with a 53-46 loss. Even though they lost to Virginia, they really battled. The number 4 team in the country, only allowing them to score 53 points, and they nearly had a comeback and beat them, but in the end, they lost. And just last night, they came back in the second half, scored 50 points in the second half, and beat NC State 79-75. And the rest of their schedule looks pretty tough. Iowa's ranked number 14, Purdue's ranked number 19, Maryland's ranked 24, Michigan's ranked number 7, Michigan State's ranked pretty high, and Ohio State's ranked also. So the Big Ten basketball is looking amazing, and it's looking very tough for Wisconsin. And Marquette looks like they're going to have a pretty good year also. They're not in the Big Ten, but they're on Wisconsin's schedule. Last year was a very tough season for the Badgers, with Nigel Hayes, Bronson Koenig, and Vito Brown all graduating, leaving for the NBA, etc. Bunch of freshmen coming in, such as Brad Davison, Nate Rovers, and Kobe King. But Kobe King missed his whole freshman year with injury, torn ACL, and Demetric Trice missed his whole sophomore year last year with ankle issues. And Brad Davison, he played through these injuries, but they did slow him down, and he did miss a couple games. He dislocated his shoulder 8 times during the season. Just insane how much injuries the Wisconsin Badgers had. And looking on to this year, this is why the Badgers are doing so good. They started off unranked. Now that they're 6-1, gave the number 4 team in the nation a hard time, beating a very good NC State team. Oklahoma and Stanford not too shabby themselves. Xavier is usually pretty good. This Badger team is going to be an NCAA tournament team once again. You have Ethan Happ, redshirt senior, power forward, center, whatever you want to call him. He's averaging 18 points a game, 12.3 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 0.6 steals, and 2 blocks a game. He has a triple-double and 5 double-doubles so far this season, not counting last night's game. I'm pretty sure he had a double-double last night, if I recall. I'd have to go back and look. So if he did have a double-double, that would make 6 double-doubles. And that is just insane. Then Demetric Trice, having to be redshirted because of injury, is now a redshirt sophomore this year. So far he's averaging 17 points a game, on 3.3 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 1 steal. On 60% three-point percentage, Demetric Trice has been lights out. He has been one of the best scorers and especially shooters. He's been the best shooter on the Badger basketball team. Ethan Happ, he really needs to improve on his free throw shooting and his outside game, and then he will be virtually unstoppable. But he has Demetric Trice, he has Brevin Pritzel, who is coming off the bench as a redshirt junior, putting up 5.3 points a game on 92% free throw percentage. Then Brad Davison, the sophomore, the NCAA leader in charges taken. He is a beast on the defensive end. He can draw so many fouls from the offensive players. He takes so many charges. But so far this year, He's averaging 9.4 points a game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 1 steal on a 35% three-point percentage, which is mediocre. And Brad Davison is definitely not considered an outside shooter, but he's playing really good shooter. He's shooting really well, considering what his role is on the team. He's a hustler, a grit and grind player. Then you have Nate Rovers, who was a skinny freshman last year. This year, he is now up to 245 pounds, I believe. And last year he was 215. He is a sophomore, averaging 7 points a game, 2.1 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2.6 blocks a game on a 54.5 three-point percentage. Nate Rovers has taken a huge leap on both sides of the ball. He now has a jump shot, he can shoot three-pointers, and he is a huge asset on the defensive end. He had 9 blocks against Stanford. 9 blocks in one game against Stanford. That is just phenomenal. Nate Rovers is a great rim protector, and he just took a massive leap from his freshman to his sophomore year. Then you have redshirt freshman Kobe King. Was supposed to get a good amount of playing time last year in his freshman year, but got injured and couldn't play. And so far this year he's been playing really well, getting 6 points a game and 2.5 rebounds with some really nice percentages. Kobe King has been a nice player off the bench. Then you have senior Khalil Iverson, who's been a nice starter. Athletic beast, 5 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. And an 81% free throw percentage. Khalil Iverson can get up there and dunk it. He is just an animal. If he could improve his three-point shot, oh man, this team would be unstoppable. But this team does struggle with inconsistency from the three-point line. In some games, a couple games they shot 39%. One game they shot 60%, and then in one of them they shot a horrible 18%, but they did pull off the win anyways. This Badger team is very good. I cannot wait to see them play. I shouldn't say some good teams because NC State is really good. Xavier is pretty good. They're decent. I like Xavier. They're a good school. They got some good players there. And number 4 Virginia, they gave a huge battle to. So these guys, if they can stay healthy, nobody gets injured, this team has a shot to make a run in the NCAA tournament. Ethan Happ has to get better. He virtually is the best player in college basketball right now. But if he could add that outside shot, this Badger team will be unstoppable. It sounds a little silly to say because you look at Duke, North Carolina, you're like, oh yeah, Wisconsin's not beating them. Well, they beat a very good athletic NC State team in a late second half comeback. They nearly beat number 4 Virginia. They destroyed Stanford and Oklahoma, and they beat Xavier. And the rest of their schedule is a hard one. The Big Ten basketball is looking dangerous and better than ever. And if Wisconsin can have a really, really nice record, that'll help their case even more.